Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. How is the family out there? Huh? Today, um, today I got a lot of stuff that I've been trying to do on this podcast, and sometimes certain things get faded out. You have all these aspirations, these goals, and then you know the day of you don't have nothing to say. So Um, today, what I would like to bring you, we're gonna go from a oldie. I'm gonna read an oldie to you, and not really. Yeah, I'm gonna read an oldie to you, a classic oldie. And today, we're gonna talk about Modern Family. I always ask, certain people, what should I do a podcast about? And somebody said, what about simulation? What's up? And that just sprung back a lot of memories, you know what I'm saying, and even of today. So, first thing I would like to do is, like I said, say good morning to you guys, see how everybody's doing, and we're just gonna get in, you know what I'm saying? Are we living in a simulation? Good question. So, as we look into that, say a simulation, and understand what a simulation is, you know what I'm saying? Um, Today I didn't have my words. I forgot because I was deep in thought within this project, you know. So, are we in a simulation? And does that simulation, how does it affect us? Well, there's a commercial with a good looking Olympic medalist, Simone Biles. She has a commercial. It's an Uber Eats commercial. And in that Uber Eats commercial, this white guy with a beard, long hair, he's copying her. And as he's copying her, um, from the outfit to almost down to the pizza, right, that they're eating, and he's copying her. So this led me to believe over the years um, how messages get distorted over time. Well, I've always felt like the white man has always wanted to be the black woman. Um, I've always felt that, you know. And that commercial was a very big. It was. It showed you that this white man, he wants to be like this black girl over here. Another commercial. There's a commercial. It's a T-Mobile commercial where um, two ladies are talking to this black guy, and they ask him to call his mom. You know what I'm saying? So she can come down to the store and get free phone or something like that. And he sits up here. He's so goofy. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes they put the goofiest, you know what I'm saying, people up on this camera. You know what I mean? He acting goofy. Hey, I got the wrong number. So he called the wrong number. He's supposed to be calling his mom. He called the wrong number, and he still asked the person to come down here. And then what does the lady say? She says, um, um, free advertisement, word of mouth, or some stuff out there like that. What powerful man do we see? Black man do we see on TV? Commercial. What do we? What is it? What do we see? Because You know, we always see the black men, no beard, they clean shaved, no beard. How many shows focus on black virtues, the morals, the respect? How many shows? You got First 48. We already know what that's dealing with. That's dealing with everyday stuff that's been going, you know what I'm saying, going on in the community, in the urban community, however. Cops. Come on. They love the Cops. 60 Days In. Tyler Perry show, you know what I'm saying? What man do you really see that is powerful and he not acting goofy? There's a show called The Prodigal Son. You know, I have not watched it, but I'm trying to help you understand that what do we have? You know what I'm saying? What do we have? Modern Family. Let's talk about the Modern Family. Let's talk about that show. Modern Family. Do you see any blacks on Modern Family? You see... Let's look at the families that you see on there. You have a white man with a Mexican woman. You have two gay men, white men. You have a white family. Once again, no black man, no black woman. And so is it a simulation? If you think about everything that they have built, white people, America, however you want to sit up there, Illuminati, the rich, they rewrote history to fit them. That's what they did. They rewrote history. For instance, I have a book that I would like to read to you guys. Okay? I printed out the papers for this book. And we're going to read Curious George. Okay? We're about to read Curious George. Okay? Please. Curious George. Okay? Let's go. This is George. He lived in Africa. He was a good little monkey and always very curious. Okay. Look at the picture that they have of George. Okay. One day, George saw a man. He had on a large yellow straw hat. The man saw George too. What a nice little monkey, he thought. I would like to take him home with me. He put his hat on the ground, and of course, George was curious. He came down from the tree to look at the large yellow hat. You see that? I want y'all to see. This is Curious George. Oh yeah, this is Curious George. Not that long. I'm gonna just read. I'm gonna point out certain things. One day, George saw a man. He had a large yellow straw hat. Oh no, I already read that part. Okay. This is what they did to George. The hat been on the man's head. George thought it would be nice to have it on his own head. He picked it up and put it on. He picked it up and put it on. The hat covered George's head. He couldn't see. The man picked him up quickly and popped him into a bag. George was caught. So, right then and there, Pete. Just Pete. George lived in Africa. White man came with a yellow suit. Oh, this is... The man with the big yellow hat put George into a little boat, and a sailor rowed them both across the water to a big ship. George was sad, but he was still a little curious. Look at them on the boat. Cold. On the big ship, things began to happen. The man took off the bag. George sat on a little stool, and the man said, "George, I'm going to take you to a big zoo in a big city. You will like it there. Now run along and play, but don't get into trouble." George promised to be good, but it's easy for little monkeys to forget. Look, I kid you not. I kid you not. I kid you not. Check this shit out though. It gets colder. Okay. It's 18. I'm not gonna read this one. Let's see. Oh. You know what? I forgot to print one paper. And the paper was the thing. We're gonna get into the paper was they gave George a pipe, okay? After his meal, they gave him a pipe. So if you really peep this story, this is the story of them taking black people out of Africa, and they put it in a damn children's book called Curious George. Do you see? Look at the beginning. Look at Curious George. Just look. You got 2 officers, right? What the fuck do you need 2 officers? Okay? Accompanying a monkey. What do you need that for? What do we need that for? Tell me, what do we need? What do we need? That book, Curious George book, okay? Let me break this down. You know who the author was? Let's get to this trick. What is his name? Oh, this is the rest of the Curious George book. Right? Curious George. Curious George takes a job. The fuck does a monkey need to do with a job? Okay? They were fascinated off that monkey. Okay? Actually, the monkey ain't really a monkey. It's us. They talking about us. This is what they do. We are called monkeys to them. And then we go out and read our kids this book, which is assimilating into their head. We were slaves and we need white people. This is what this book is basically saying. And it's a children's book. Fuck Curious George. Fuck the writers. The wife, him, the book's written by Ha A. Ray. Now I call it the nigga Ha. His name is Hans. Okay? Hans. He was a Jew. Him and his wife fled Germany. He was a Jew. They love stealing our shit. And they love putting it in fucking books. And then have us read it. It puts it in our head that we, black people, needed them. We didn't need them. Y'all stole everything. So it's a simulation? Yes. Because all they did was rewrite shit for them. That's all they did. For their survival. For their survival. This is what they did. What's another form of simulation? Let's get to it. We're watching the Truman Show. And you know what? If y'all have not seen the Truman Show, Jim Carrey, Jim Carrey movie, it's good. But first, let's look at the name, the Truman Show. T-R-U, true. 2 Chainz, true. And before it was 2 Chainz, actually it was a group, C Murder, Master P. I think that group was called True. But the Truman Show. And what color is the True Man? He's white. The Truman Show. Truman. Okay. What is Truman's last name? You know what Truman's last name was? Burbank. Truman Burbank. That was his name. Truman Burbank. Everything is in the name. Truman, him being white. Burbank. What comes out of Burbank? That's the Hollywood. It's so close to it. Burbank. All the movies, all the film industry. Right there. Truman was on a show that he didn't even know existed. Once again, Truman was on a show that he didn't even know existed. Everybody was doing what? They were playing their roles. You see his wife. His wife was a walking commercial. His friend was a walking commercial. His wife was a distraction. How so? Because remember, he wasn't supposed to meet his wife. If you remember, he was there with his friend. And all the time, they're trying to distract him. And they're trying to push him in the direction that they want him to go into. A simulation. Oh yes, we're definitely in a simulation. Definitely in a simulation. Definitely. I'm gonna take you back. You know, right now we have online dating sites, right? Back in the days, there was no online dating. What did we have? We had a party line. Do anybody remember the party line out there? We had the party line. Now, I always ask myself this within the party line. You call the party line, somebody else called the party line. Who is making that? You know what I'm saying? It has to be a middleman in there. And, you know, when you were on the party line, you thought about the future. You said, man, you know what? What if we was able to see the pictures? Because we only had a voice. You didn't have any picture. We had a voice. And you had to hope sometimes the most prettiest voice. Oh, man. So, you had these things. And 20 years later, we have online dating websites. So, do we pick the people that we really want to be with? Do they choose us? Which one? Which one? Which one? It's interesting. Are we in a simulation? Anybody you know that you come in contact with, do you talk to them because they were put in your life? They were forced in your life? Did you choose them? Were they chosen for you? in this situation, in this reality, did you choose? Did you choose? So are we in a simulation? It feels like it. It does. You know, the reason why I did this Curious George, and even with what do you remember Cyrus in the Truman Show? It fell from the Sirius. The satellite fell from the sky. In there, one of the comments that was used in the movie, it says, "Nothing on the show is fake. It's controlled." It's controlled. See, with Curious George, they controlled him. With the Truman Show, controlling. This is what it control. This is what it's about. It's about controlling. They don't want us to wake up. Because once we wake up and we connected to everything, once we connected to everything, to the sky, to the water, to the dirt, to the air, fire, all the elements. This is what they try to keep us away from. We are the real weathermen. We are. But they want us to go to them. We already have the answers. The Creator put everything, all the answers on this planet. We have everything. Their control, their mind control, reverse psychology. That's what they love to do, reverse psychology. So this is why we have to undo that thinking. We have to undo that damn thinking. You see what they're doing to our kids? Let me tell you a true story on Curious George on my part. My son he was just started reading. And one day, so he's reading, I want to say maybe second grade. He's in the second grade. And so our routine was he reads me a book. So he's reading me this book. He's reading me Curious George because I had Curious George. And he's reading it, and I'm like, huh? What? I'm listening to this story, and it did not make me feel good. At an early age, especially if you're in America and you're Black, Mexican, you are of color, they are trying to knock us off our shit as kids. Do you know how many kids' cartoons and books are filled with hidden messages that we pay no attention of? How many? We know Disney is fucked up. We ain't even gotta act. We know Disney fucked up. And then what do? They always get Tom Hanks to come finish up, and he be the actor that cleans up the mess. He did Mr. Rogers, if I'm not mistaken. He did Disney. These are the people who they look up to. They do. Let's get to it. In there, remember in the Truman Show? Um, he's at his job, and his supervisor comes, and his supervisor is talking about how he needs to make a quota. Burbank needs to make a quota. That's cold, huh? Hollywood has to make a quota. See, you think about it. Think about a movie for a second. Let's think about it. We have a movie, and we pay money to see that movie in the movie theaters. Then that movie comes on HBO, Showtime, Stars. Then we watch it, or we go pay for the DVD when it comes out. That movie has our attention. It has our attention. It has our attention so much. This is why I was not on the Black Panther hype. Because Black Panther was a fake movie. The Black Panthers was real. Black Panther was a fake movie. But the Black Panthers was real. Do you see how they put two things in there to rival each other? So now everybody talking about, I've been saying, Wakanda forever. Wakanda forever. But nobody is talking about what the Black Panthers and what the fuck they were teaching. We talking about Wakanda forever. What the fuck does that mean? What does that mean? This is no disrespect to the actor that played it. No. But I'm saying, peep this. What's more important, a fucking movie or the actual people? The movie does not matter. That was just to tie us in. The movie does not matter. In the movie, once again, the black person is always going against each other, which, in true indeed, with the Black Panthers, that's what they was going through. They was fighting not only the cops, but they was fighting the fucking drug dealers, the pimps. So, is it too far-fetched to say that it's a simulation that they sit up there and built and they put it in their words? Because it's all this is. The Bible is in their words. Curious George, in their words. History books, in their words. Period. It's them. We have to be the one to wake up. I just read you a story on how they take a fucking monkey to the zoo. Because guess what? They want everybody to recognize that's their pet. That's their pet. Period. That monkey is theirs. So any black person you see on TV, that's the entertainment's pet. I'm just saying. Don't be mad. Like, you know what I mean? I'm just saying. Makes me mad that our kids are in a time where, what, do we have a book like that talking about white people? No, we don't. Do we got an Uncle Cracker book talking about fucking white people? Cracker and cheese? No, we don't. We don't have that shit. They do, because they know our history. They do. They know our history better than we do. Because they put it in the books. And you have to be conscious enough to enter, and understand it. Have to be. The white man never sleeps. He's always thinking of a way to use us. So, that's how I feel on that. Good morning to everybody out there. Good morning. Good morning. This is the situation that we're in. You know what I'm saying? This is the situation. They're fucking up our conscience, and we're allowing them to. Because we're not paying attention. We're not paying attention. We got other shit on our mind. You know, and half the shit that we got on our mind, it ain't even about us building up us. Right now, don't get me wrong, please. Right now, I'm watching the world. The world seems like it wants to be in one relationship. People just want to be in this relationship. But what about the relationship that we have to each other? They, however the rich, they have controlled for so long the resources, the land, the air, the water. It's irritating. It is really irritating. Like I said, TV, it's bore. Because the modern family don't include nobody black. And that's the world in which they're trying to create. They don't want black people here. They don't want nobody of color here. They want their race. And if we are here, they just want us to use us. They want us to be the help. That's all they want us to do, is to be the help. So, I didn't want to spend too much. I didn't want to spend too much time on here. You know what I'm saying? I know it's a lot, it's heavy, but this is something for y'all to sit up here and think about. Something for y'all to think about. Sometimes, like I said, when I did this podcast with me doing this, I don't want to come with opinions. I want to give y'all facts, paperwork. Follow the trail, paper trail. Let's follow it. Because it's there. We just have to sit up here and use our mind and our conscience as a collective to be able to come together. If y'all want to burn down Curious George's books, fine. I'm with y'all. Let's do this shit. Because that has no. The white man tricked that monkey. He tricked him. Because he was infatuated with the monkey. He was infatuated. So, I feel great. I hope y'all feel great. It's Thursday. Y'all got one more day. And that's it. You know what I'm saying? Please subscribe. Hit the like button. This is for y'all. This is not for me. This is for parents out here. Like I said, this podcast is to sit up here and to open the minds. Come together. I still ain't got nobody trying to come together and do shit within these kids. Everybody that, that I'm seeing, everybody is worried, Everybody wants to they want to be in this relationship. They want to feel loved, which is fine. But what's going on is that same feeling, it's something bigger out there. And I'm not knocking. Please don't. I'm not knocking. You can't knock love. But to be honest with you, we need each other. We need each other. Because there's a war going on. And half the people don't even know it's a war. It's a war. It's a mind control war. Spiritual war. This is what they want. This is what they want. It's a war. So please, be aware. Be aware. Be consciously aware of what's going on. The messages that we take in, be aware. The food that we eat, be aware. I'm just saying, please be aware. That's it, y'all. I'm about to get up out of here. And, I wish y'all the best, you know, and that's it. Peace. Ronnie Caldwell, BTV. Peace.